Good morning, crafters, and welcome. I have a Halloween wreath DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington wreath. I had so much fun pulling everything together. I had originally wanted to do this wreath last year, but wasn't quite sure how to pull everything together. But over the past year, I created a new method, a new no fray method that you can use with Dollar Tree mesh, the rose bundle method, and it works absolutely fabulous with this wreath. Let me show you how to make this adorable Jack Skellington Halloween wreath. To get started on our Halloween wreath, you will need a 14-inch wreath form, some pipe cleaners cut in half. Then you're also going to need some Dollar Tree deco mesh. We're going to start with 9 rolls of their black deco mesh, and then you will need 1 roll of their white deco mesh. Cut all 10 rolls of your mesh into strips at 15 inches. Each package should give you 12 pieces of mesh. I have 3 rolls of my mesh cut into strips at 15 inches, and I got exactly 12 cuts out of each roll, which is perfect. Now for each bundle, we're going to make nice big bundles, so we're going to put 3 rose bundles per bundle. And to do that, it's similar to my folded ruffle method, where you take the 2 ends and you cover them so they're folded over each other by about 1 inch. So you make a tube, you press that down so that's in the center, and you come down to the bottom here, you make sure everything is lined up, and then you fold in by about 1/2 inch. And then you continue to fold as you move across. You just need to make sure that the pieces there stay. And it should take you about 4 times. So as you can see, all of those cut ends are rolled and folded in. And I'm going to use my bow dabber here. I love this machine, not necessarily for making bows, but when I make my bundles, it holds everything for me. I have arthritis, so it does make it a little difficult. If you don't have a bow maker, you can always use a clip. If you're interested in getting a bow maker, I purchased this from Amazon. I do have a link in my associate shop, and you can find that in the description box below. So that's the first one. We're going to add 3 to this before we tie it together, so I'll show you again. 15 inches. Now you don't have to do 15 inches every time. I've also done this cutting it at 12 inches, but I wanted it to stand out and be a little bit longer for this wreath, so that's why I'm cutting it at 15. Fold the ends over themselves by about 1 inch or so. Press down, go to one end, make sure everything lines up, and fold over by 1/2 inch, and then fold all the way across. It should take about 4 folds, and then stick that in. One more time. You'll want to do this method with both your black and white mesh. You'll need 1/2 a pipe cleaner. Just kind of fold it in half. Lift it out, wrap it around. I always like to pull it down so I can get a nice tight grip, pinch and twist. And that is what your bundle will look like. And you can see there that it looks like a little rosebud on the ends, and that is why I named it the rose bundle method. Now to attach this to your wreath, you want to attach it to the 2 bars here in the center, and in each section, and a section is between the 2 crossbars, you'll place 6 bundles. So you just open up your pipe cleaners, feed it from the front to the back around those 2 center bars. Pull it nice and snug and give a twist or 2. Then I always like to pull together my ends and I push them back forward. Slide my bundle over and then go ahead and add my next one. By pushing those pipe cleaners forward, it keeps my back looking nice and clean. It gives a very professional finish, yet it still looks like a handmade wreath. And from the front, you're not going to see those pipe cleaners at all. But look at how pretty the base is. And very little to no fraying with this method, even using Dollar Tree seasonal mesh. Now if you're new to wreath making and you are used to using Dollar Tree mesh and you've struggled, you'll want to check my playlist under tips and tricks for beginners and check out how to work with Dollar Tree mesh, my updated and revised version that will give you all the information you need to work with Dollar Tree mesh and have a beautiful finish. I'm going to finish my base here. I'll come back and we will move forward. I have my base complete and I'm very happy. Now I want to explain to you how I added in my white mesh. So all the way around until I got to my last two sections, I placed in 6 bundles of just the black mesh. When I got down to my last 2 sections here, right on the crossbar, I put 1 white bundle on the 2 bars in the middle and 1 white bundle on the 2 bars closest to the center. And then I put 1 white bundle on either side on the center 2 bars. Then with the black I filled in 5, so there's still 6 bundles in this section on the 2 bars in the center. And then on the 2 bars closest to the center I added a black bundle on either side of the white. Then when you turn it over, you can see you get kind of a triangle there, and that's what I wanted with the white. Now his face is going to go here in the center, so this is kind of like his outfit. This is his shirt, and then you know he has that black large collar. That is what this represents in his face. So we're also going to do a cute little bow right here. Now to do his face, I'm going to be using one of the 8-inch wood rounds that I have. Now I picked up several of these from Amazon. You can find them in my associate shop on Amazon. You can find the link in the description box below. Now if you don't want to buy a package of several of these, Dollar Tree also has these stovetop covers, and the small one is the same size, that is 8 inches round. So if you only want to buy one, you can buy this and use the metal. I have done that before and they do paint up just fine. But for today I'm going to be using my 8-inch wood round. So let's get a good coat of white paint here on our wood round. I'm going to be using Apple Barrel's matte white acrylic paint. Now I wanted to add a really cute little bow tie, and I found this ribbon. I picked it up at papermart.com, and I absolutely love the black and silver stripes. This reminds me of his outfit that he wears. You want to cut a piece of ribbon at about 14 inches, and this is 2.5 inches in width. I'm just going to do a very basic bow. So you bring the 2 ends, cover them over themselves by about 1 inch, push down to find the center, turn it over, and then go ahead and scrunch it right down the center. And pinch. Take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around to the back, make sure you're in the center. Always like to pull down, pinch tight, and twist. a very basic and super cute little bow tie. Now I'm probably going to put some form of embellishment here in the center. I haven't decided which one I want to use yet, but I absolutely love it. That's going to look gorgeous on our Jack Skellington wreath. My wood round is all nice and dry, and I'm happy with the coat. It only took one good coat. Now I have my reference piece here, which I found on the internet. I just searched for Jack's face and this came up. I took it and put it in my Word file and sized it to the size I needed. So his face will fit perfectly on this size round. If you're in my Facebook group, Michelle Smith Creations, in the file area, I will upload a Word file and a PDF file with this print for you. So now we're going to work on transferring the image over. And to do that for today, I'm going to use some tracing paper. Now I've already laid the tracing paper over and went over my image. And I also went over the outside of the head because I think I might want to add that. Now the only thing about this method to do this is that you're going to get the reverse image, because then you turn it over and you can place it over your piece. I like this because I can get it perfectly centered to where I want it. Press down and then just trace over it again. And the charcoal will transfer and leave you an image so that you can paint it in. So once you get your image centered and you're happy with it, make sure that it's on all the way around. Then you can start to retrace. And it's best if you start at one end and then work your way over. You're not going to end up smearing anything. It'll help you keep it lined up as well. So I'm going to go over the outside of the head here because I want to see that shape. I don't want a really perfectly round head on him. And there you go. I have a really nice image that I've transferred over. I have some apple black matte, and that's what I'm going to use to fill in the features here on my face. And I have a small detail brush and a larger brush to do the larger areas. And I'm not going to work on the outside of the face yet. I'm just going to do the features, and I'm going to start on one side and work my way down so I don't put my hand in. Now don't worry too much if you don't get a really clean line around the edge. A little trick I have is you can take a Sharpie and go through and clean up your lines just a little bit with that. But I really like that. I love that very black flat look. I'm going to finish doing my face, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to work on doing the outside here, because I really want the shape of his head to stay the same. So I have filled in the face, and I wanted to show you what it looks like before I do this outer ridge. Now I'm going to go in and fill in so I get a better shape here on my head. Much better just putting that little bit of black trim around the edge. My face is dry and I'm really happy with the result. But here you can see the difference between doing the black around the face and not. Now that it's dry, I have a regular Sharpie here. This will help me go in and clean up anything that doesn't look right to me. Like if I didn't get it smooth enough, I can just go over and clean up the line. And no one will know. Once you're happy with it, then we're going to attach some pipe cleaners here in the back. And I want to put one in each of the 4 corners. This will make it nice and steady and I can make sure I get it placed exactly where I want. Start by placing some hot glue down. I always like to top it off. And when I'm only using pipe cleaners, I like to use a piece of ribbon now as well. This just gives it a little bit more security. You just kind of place that over the top. Just be cautious not to burn yourself. Tap it in. This way the pipe cleaner is attached not only by the hot glue, but it's also attached by the glued down ribbon. Now I'm going to do that in each of the 4 corners, let that fully set up, and then we'll get it attached to our wreath. So let's get our face and our bow on. Ah, I love it. So you can see I have all 4 of my pipe cleaners on and they're nice and sturdy. And I want to put his face, of course, right here in the center. Doesn't that look good? And then we're going to put his bow, his little bow tie here, right down in front, where the white is, like that. Isn't that cute? Now to get these attached, you just take your pipe cleaners, you open up that mesh once you have the placement, you feed it down until you can get to the wire frame in the back there, and you attach it to the wire frame. You can attach it anywhere on the wire frame that you need to get your face to sit in the proper position. I have my face and bow on, and I kind of puffed up my bow. Doesn't that look adorable? He is so nicely dressed. Now I did want to put a little icon or a little embellishment there, and I have this adorable little toothpick that has a bat on it. Just take the toothpick, kind of turn it around, and it comes right out. And I think that's the perfect little embellishment to go there. Very cute. Now I really like this, but it's not quite done for me. And I bought these last year, but I looked online. They're going to have them again this year, and they are just some Halloween picks. Now this is the flat black and white. They also had fuzzy ones last year. And it's up to you if you want to use the whole pick and have them sticking out away from the wreath. You can do that. But I think I want them a little closer to home, so I'm going to actually cut them off. I'm going to leave the little wire here on the back. I think that's going to help me to glue these in. I do have 3 stems. You get 3 pumpkins on each stem. And I'm going to start with 2, and if I need more, I do have a 3rd one. So let me get these prepped. Now on each stem you get 1 large pumpkin and 2 smaller pumpkins. So just play with your placement. I want them to kind of sit at an angle coming out but yet still up, so that when someone walks up to the door they'll be able to see it. And they're quite striking, so I really don't think I need too many. And if your pumpkin has anything weird like this one, the fabric didn't quite come over, so I just put a little bit of hot glue, pushed it down. That'll face towards the wreath when I glue it in, and it'll probably help attach to the wreath. So just play with your placement. Once you're happy with the placement, go ahead and glue them in. I left the little wire on there to help me get it glued in. So add some glue. If you have a glue skillet, you can use that as well. Feed that down. And then to get the placement correctly, once you have it, add a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of the pumpkin and nestle it into the mesh. Very nice. I'm going to get the rest of my pumpkins glued in, and then I'll show you the finished product. And here you go. I have all of my pumpkins on. I did use all 3 of the pumpkin picks that I picked up at Dollar Tree. And like I said, I looked online. They are carrying them again this year. But look at how adorable and striking this black and white Jack Skellington wreath is. I had so much fun pulling this together. Well, I hope you enjoyed our tutorial today. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show some love in the comments. And if you know anyone who would enjoy my content, please share it with them. If you like hauls and craft tutorials and you'd like to see more, you're going to want to check out these other videos. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.